How's it going, guys?
Great.
The mysteries in life are what make it interesting.
That is true.
The more mysterious something is, the more intriguing it gets. With more technology being developed, more and more mysteries are being solved every day. In 1969, Apollo 11 landed on the moon. Before that, we didn't have any charts or information about the moon.
No?
Today, we have charts of Mars. But a lot has been left unexplored, mainly the deep ocean. So, we need to go explore, but I'm not going to.
Me either. I wouldn't.
Exactly.
There's creatures down there.
So, what do we know about the ocean, its regions, organisms, and characteristics? According to the government website, oceanservice.gov, the average depth of the ocean is 4 kilometers, and the deepest we have been is 11 kilometers. And if you don't think that is very deep, just take a look at this.
What's that?
It's a chart of the ocean being deeper
May I take a peek?
than Mount Everest being tall.
Ooh, that's pretty neat.
Wow, Mount Everest is the tallest mountain.
The ocean has 190 times living space as we do on land, and it's less than 5% of it has been discovered. So if the ocean is 70% of the Earth, then 3.5% of that 70% has been discovered.
Wow.
And the ocean,
That is great.
the ocean has 2 specific regions. A website called marinebio.org recently posted an article that defines the ocean as being separated into 2 regions, pelagic and benthic. Pelagic is where most organisms swim, and most organisms live and most people swim. There are 5 zones, but the last 3 have no light whatsoever. So if the pelagic zone is made up of 5 zones and more than half of it has no sunlight, then we wonder what is living in those zones. An article on venturedeepocean.org emphasizes the fact that there is no sunlight, that all life below 1,000 meters does not rely on photosynthesis, rather volcanoes and vents. So this also places importance on the fact that not all life on Earth requires sunlight to live. The benthic region is the region that organisms that do not swim or float live, only the bottom of any body of water, oceans, lakes, riverbeds, anything. The zones are determined by depth. Think of it as if you go into the Daytona Beach. The further out you go, the deeper it gets.
That does happen to me. Oh my god, I never thought about that.
That applies to every beach.
Exactly. Just using an example. The regions are also interchangeable. Pelagic region is over the benthic region, so it could be in both at any given time. The pelagic region is the upper ocean, and the benthic region is the floor of the ocean. So even if you're standing in a foot of water, the foot of water is the pelagic zone, and the sand you're standing in is the benthic zone.
It's so interesting.
Unfortunately, the benthic zone is the least explored zone, which is due to our limitations in technology. There are 2 types of characteristics of the deep ocean, biotic and abiotic. Biotic are any living organisms that live within the ocean. Some biotic organisms live without light and feed off of other organisms that act as hosts. Organisms at the bottom of the oceans use vents for oxygen. Many biotic organisms are unknown to humans, again due to the limited technology resources we have.
So there could be like deep sea monsters.
There are.
Like a giant squid.
Every year we find a new species of deep sea fish. It's always creepier and creepier.
And uglier and uglier. Don't forget that.
Goblin shark.
Ugh.
Updated in 2013, a website called National History Museum published an article describing scientists 150 years ago who didn't know anything, who thought that there was no life on the ocean floor. What will we know 150 years from now, especially with the developments of submarine technology? Abiotic characteristics, however, are non-living characteristics of the ocean. These characteristics lack currents, pressure, temperature, and essential nutrients. Rocks, sand, volcanoes, and other things that shape the ocean are all abiotic characteristics. They play a fundamental role in the lives of the organisms that live in the ocean. There's still a lot to discover, but there are still some things we do know. Less than 5% of the ocean has been discovered. There are two regions, pelagic and benthic. There are abiotic and biotic characteristics, and 95% of the ocean that still needs to be discovered, that give an unlimited array of life and potential resources that are still ready to be found. Thank you. God bless America.
Good job.
Any questions?
Do you know
Yes.
how many organisms live in the ocean?
More than on land. A lot more.
I have a question.
Yes, sir.
The deepest spot that you referred to as the Laurentian Abyss,
Yeah.
is that where in the first Transformers movie the Decepticon was buried?
I believe so. Yes. It's exactly
What
right.
was his name?
Megatron. Megatron?
I believe that was correct.
Yeah, me too.
500.
500?
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Have a nice day, guys.
You too.
Woo!